Hello everybody. The title of this series is the Complete Queen Amidala Stylebook. And what we're going to be doing is looking at all the different wardrobes Queen Amidala wore in Episode 1, Phantom Menace. Now there were about 6 or 7 different wardrobes, and they all had what I'll call official names. You had the throne room robe, the lilac visitation robe, the Senate robe, the foreign residence robe, the traveling robe, and the jubilation dress. Okay, the garment that we're going to talk about today is called the battle dress. And this was one of Queen Amidala's wardrobes that was worn, I'll say, when they was kind of meeting in a staging area prior to the battle, where they were going to retake their residence or mansion or whatever you want to call that. Now, to say that this was one of Queen Amidala's garments is a little bit of a misnomer, because this was not actually worn by Queen Amidala per se, but by her decoy. And I was always a little unclear about this over the years, and frankly really didn't pay much attention to it at the time, because I just thought it was a trivial point. But I always was a little unclear whether this actress was in fact Natalie Portman, and she appeared with Padme Natalie Portman as sort of a special effect using CGI, where they could both be on screen at the same time, or whether this lady was a body double or some other actress. I was always a little unclear about that until now. I felt it was my due diligence to parse this out. So the long and short of it is that this is a separate actress. In fact, officially it's an entirely different character. And the character officially is Sabè The Handmaiden, one of Queen Amidala's handmaidens. To be fair, never heard that name before now. Didn't know this lady had a name, but that's the lady's name. Then I researched it a little further. Was this Natalie Portman playing two roles, the role of Padme, Queen Amidala, and Sabe? No, this lady is in fact an entirely separate actress, and that lady goes by the name of Keira Knightley. That's right, Keira Knightley. Of course, this was Keira Knightley before she became Keira Knightley, if you know what I mean. And this was very early on in her career. She was picked in part because she had a striking resemblance to Natalie Portman at the time. I mean, they were both teenagers. Keira Knightley is about 3 years younger, to be exact. And this was Keira Knightley's third theatrical movie. Her first theatrical film was about 1995. This film, of course, was in 1999, at a time where she wasn't really all that known. She did follow this film up with Bend It Like Beckham in 2002, and of course Pirates of the Caribbean in 2003. And as we all know, it's really those two movies that catapulted her to fame. So adding to the confusion is that all of Keira Knightley's dialogue was overdubbed with Natalie Portman's voice. So therefore you were kind of presuming that it was in fact Natalie Portman, not some separate actress. At any rate, their similar appearance was said to be striking at the time, so much so, it is said, that even their own mothers couldn't tell them apart. So as I said, Sabè The Handmaiden, portrayed by Keira Knightley, was wearing this battle dress, and of course we do see Padme as well. And this is the transitional scene where Padme, portrayed by Natalie Portman, literally steps forward and reveals that she is in fact Queen Amidala, and that this lady in the battle dress is in fact her decoy. And from thence on, she was pretty much accepted as Queen Amidala. And we see Sabe later in the film, again wearing the battle dress when they retake the throne room. And again, that whole interplay between Padme and the decoy comes into play at the time as well. So overall, it's quite an interesting garment. It's not necessarily a garment that you would think would be very practical or functional for battle, as the name of the dress would imply. That said, by Queen Amidala standards, it was pretty practical and simple and streamlined without a lot of moving parts. So in that sense, it more than served its purpose as essentially a utility garment. So I hope you liked today's presentation. I did go into a little more backstory than usual. I hope you appreciated that. If you missed any of the prior volumes of this series, go check the description box for a link to the playlist. Otherwise, I will see you next time where we review yet another garment. Until then, see you soon. Bye-bye.